Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome to day 234 of a year of change. Today being Tuesday, we're adding another person to YouTube, to our YouTube ranks, not to YouTube in general. You can only add them on Tuesdays. That's it. You're not allowed to actually start up a channel any other day than Tuesdays. Or YouTube's days. If you remember a long time ago I was going to do that and it never took off. That's probably why, because it sounds stupid. Anyway. Originally, actually, I had forgotten about this. Well, I not really forgot about this, but I didn't pay attention to this. And when just today, as I was getting ready, I'm like, wait a minute, this is 234. So I could have done something special, like a little dance. There we go. That's my dancing. I have dancing white man overbite. Anyway, that's why I don't dance. So, but I don't have anything planned. So, too bad. But today we're going to be adding someone new to the channel, and this is someone who started off a couple of months ago, and a couple months ago, and has got quite a road ahead of him. His name is Josh J. Paul. I almost said John, but usually goes by JP on his videos. And I guess when he first started out, it was the same thing that we all do. We just sort of start out and say, okay, I want to have this, I want to track this just to see where I started from, where I'm going, have some accountability and get some support and try to help other people. But he's turned them into sort of regular Q&A sessions, really, which is an interesting way to go, because it's not just someone sitting there going, well, today I ate this and then I ate that and then I did this and I exercised and all the other stuff. He'll have his updates, things like that, but then he usually goes into a few questions that people have asked him. And usually there are people that I assume he's already been in contact with and started off with, and his subscribers, things like that. But it's sort of it's a unique way to look at it. The main thing that sticks out with me with him, though, is that he's a little over 600, and so he's trying to get down to the 200-pound range. So he's got 400 pounds that he's going to try to take off. And we've seen people that can do it. We saw Robert do it with Obese Undone. Almost forgot his name. Sorry. Who's still going strong. It's been about 5 months since he started, and he's down like 115 pounds in 5 months, which is insane. The only thing that I would say with a warning with something like this is that when we look at someone that is, really making huge strides like this and starting out, or that, he's really committed to sort of getting this going, and I mean, trying to lose 400 pounds is quite a bit. It's tempting when we see how much progress they're making and to keep them going that we sort of, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, where we feel that we aren't going quickly enough and that we say, I want to lose that weight at the same time. We are going to be losing weight at different rates. There are people, we talked a little bit about this yesterday as well, that there are some people that are just, when you try, as you lose more and more weight, the closer you get to your goal, the harder it's going to be to get that weight off. When, like, the position that we're in now, we have a lot of excess fat. So it's very easy to get rid of because we're carrying around a lot of weight. We're moving around a lot more. We're eating less. So our bodies really have nothing left to do but to say, well, I'm not getting enough calories, so I'm going to just start burning off some of the fat. It's the easiest thing here. This is why it's been stored. So I'm going to start actually using it. But when you have, I'm probably burning less now. Actually, I can prove this. When we do our treadmill, or when I do my treadmill, don't happen there. When I do my treadmill, I'm not tracking it right now. I'm just saying, like, I still track it, but I just have it at 0. So I've gone through my 7 weeks of gradually dropping it down. But when I took an actual look at how much I burn compared to how much I burned when I was 325 pounds, there's about a 250 calorie difference for doing the exact same amount of work. That if I was to walk for 5 kilometers at 5 kilometers an hour for 1 hour, sort of goes without saying, but you know what I mean, then when I first started out, it was around 775, 780 calories, and now it's around 560. So because I have less weight that I'm carrying around, I'm going to be burning less. So when we see people like this that are just starting out and have, quite what seemed to be an insurmountable goal, they do burn a lot faster. And it's not to diminish the amount of work that they're doing or anything like that. Like, dropping 115 pounds in 5 months is incredibly hard work. So, give props where it's due. But it is tempting for us to sort of go, I want to kind of do that and feel disappointed that we aren't going as quickly as other people. I'm sure that when he really kicks everything off that he's going to start and he has been actually when he does his update. When he does his weigh-in, he's like, well, now I'm down to 603 and 601, and it's incredible when you see how quickly that they go down. But just keep in mind that you don't want to starve yourself and kill yourself just to sort of catch up with people that are doing better than we are. There are people that are going to be, less weight than I am that are going to be burning much faster than I am because they're exercising more. They're focusing more on one aspect than another. So everything's going to work differently for each person. But I'm sort of getting off track here. I want to really sort of focus on I'm going to just call him JP because it's going to be a lot easier. So when you start going through his videos, and a lot of them are the Q&A sessions, but he does have one which is technically not on his channel. So I don't want to sort of take you away from his channel, but he did an hour-long interview with someone named Dalton. Can't remember his name, and I feel really bad because I didn't write it down. I don't have it with me. And it's an hour-long interview of him just saying, starting out, what prompted you to start doing this, and just there's a lot of positivity in it. Not necessarily just that fake, oh, you can do it, everyone, rah 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 sort of thing, but there is that practical aspect as well, saying trying to get those positive motivations going, but the practical aspect of it saying yes, you need to eat properly, you need to exercise. You're not going to be able to say I'm just going to stop eating altogether and and I'll be fine. So they have a really good conversation. It's very, very interesting. So I suggest that you go up and take a look at that as well. But the main reason why I just sort of want to add him is that where he's just still sort of starting out on this, it's so hard getting going and getting that support that you need from other people. And especially if you have, a large amount of weight to get rid of. That's even just making that decision to say, I'm going to lose 400 pounds. It just seems so impossible when you first start out. And I remember what it's like when I'm looking at myself going, I'm 325, I need to get down to 175. It seems like so much, like 150 pounds. I need to cut out almost 50% of my body weight. And it seems like such an insurmountable thing to do. And, sorry, my nose is itchy. So I can't imagine what it's like to look and say, I need to lose, 2 or 3 times that amount. But we've seen that people can do it. And I think that the more support that we can give someone, and not just to sort of say, cheer them on and say, yeah, you can do it, and then leave it at that. But, keep that practical aspect that we've tried to maintain throughout this entire program, where we can say to them, yes, this can be done. Here are some examples of people that have done it. It's going to take a long time to get where you need to be. You're going to have those ups. You're going to have the downs. It's going to go all over the place sometimes. And there are going to be weeks when you just want to say, fuck it, and I just quit. I don't want to do anything else. But in the long run, it is going to work. And just sort of providing that support, not just for accountability's sake, but just support in general, I think contributes a lot more than we really acknowledge. We really should sort of pay more attention to it than we do. Because just having someone saying, you know what, it's okay, you stumbled, keep going. It doesn't, you're not quitting. You didn't ruin your diet. You didn't ruin your plans for this. Think a year from now, like today's not going to matter that you had, 3 cookies. Just say, okay, well, yesterday I fucked up. I had 3 cookies. But for the next 20 days, I did fine. You're going to be okay. So go up and take a look at his channel. I'm going to try to keep this video very short because I've noticed that I'm sort of gradually creeping into the 20, 25, 30-minute territory again. So I want to sort of shrink these down a bit because a lot of the time when people go, it's half an hour, I don't want to watch this. So I want to sort of get the information out there. And the main thing is I need to stop repeating myself because I do that a lot. And I think that probably takes up 5 to 10 minutes of every video where I just sort of rehash what I've already said. But it's just to sort of drive the point home, because I think I do this in conversations as well. When you're talking to someone and you say, but as I said before, and you bring out the point again, it's just that, not to be argumentative, just to make sure that they understand every little thing. But, yes, anyway. His name is Josh J. Paul, and goes by JP. I'm repeating myself, I know, but this one's important because you want to know who he is. So I'm going to put him in the playlist, again, in alphabetical order, so you'll find him somewhere under J. And go up, take a look, and his Q&A sessions are fairly short. So you can go through all of them, and there is some good information there as well. It's nice to sort of get to know that person that way. And I mean, there are some people that have done tags, different Q&A things and stuff like that, which I'm going to be doing as well. Shelby Slim did one, and she pretty much tagged everybody who's watching. So I've never really done one before, but I'm going to do that. It'll be separate. It won't be part of the daily thing. So we'll do one of those. But it's nice to go in and, because there are some questions that, if people were to ask us, we'd have similar answers. And saying, there are the standard diet ones, like what are your go-to snacks, and what prompted you to start this, and things like that, and what were you at your heaviest? All those questions that sort of come in that we all know and say, okay, well, I'm going to answer these, and this is what I would do for this, and this is what I would do for that, and here's what my plan is, here's what I want to do after I lose all the weight. But we don't often really sort of sit down and answer those ourselves. And it's nice when we see someone else do it that there are some common answers there. Or it's something that you may not have thought of, and you think, that's a really good idea, I want to do that, or you'll take something away from it. That sharing of information is very important, just as up there. It didn't make any sense at all. Right up there with support and accountability is the sharing of information. I should have said, there are 3 things that we need to do. In order to sort of, okay, let's start over, pretend you didn't see that. There are 3 things that people need to do in order to be successful, I think, and helping them stay on target. Not necessarily to actually make them lose the weight, but just to keep them on target, and that's it. The sharing of information, because any information that you get, whether you agree with it or not, any information is good information. The support system is huge, and then that accountability as well. Not to nitpick at people and poke at them and say, well, you fucked up, you ate cake. It's fine. It's just to say, just if you've had a rough day, admit it. And not to feel guilty, not to beat yourself up, but just to say, okay, I need to be good because I've told people 3 or 4 times this week that I've just been eating bacon all morning. And I really shouldn't be. So I'm going to stop doing that so I don't have to say that. Rather than sort of hiding it and saying, oh, no, I was fine and didn't have 18 pancakes. So I think that does help a little bit as well. It's more of a negative reinforcement thing than anything else, but there's a place for it everywhere. So anyway, again, started babbling and went off on a tangent. But go up, take a look at his videos, and if you can, go up and take a look. I can't remember the guy's last name. It's in his liked videos, actually. So if you go into JP's liked videos, you'll see it there, and it's an hour-long interview. It's well worth the hour, though, so watch the whole thing. And it's just the 2 of them talking back and forth. The guy's mom comes in and talks to JP as well, which is kind of neat. But I haven't gone to look at the other person's channel, but I get the feeling that it's sort of a motivational channel thing. But I think they work with the same trainer, I believe, and it's very interesting though. It's nice just to see the 2 of them chatting back and forth, and it starts out as a sort of a presentation or an interview, and then it really just sort of goes into a conversation between the 2 of them, which is kind of nice. So highly recommend that you take a look at that as well. But I'll put him in there so he's easy to find, and I'm going to send him a quick note just to let him know that we're out here as well. And I don't know if he's on MyFitnessPal. I can't remember. I don't know. But I will send him a quick message and say hello. But in the meantime, I'm going to leave this video here. So thank you very much for watching. And if you liked it, please poke the like button for me. And in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.